Hey sweet thing, and welcome home to day 21 of our Advent calendar. Let's get straight to our check-in today. So find your way into whatever posture feels right and good to you today. So you don't have to be seated. You can lay down if you like, or maybe lay on the floor and rest your calves on a piece of furniture. We call this position a variation of Stonehenge, which is a supported version of legs up the wall. So if you've never done any yoga, congratulations, this would be your very first pose. And the reason this one's so good with the legs higher than the abdomen is that we get that nice release through the hips. The whole back is supported, especially the low back. And you just can feel completely held for a little while. If you need to pause this bit in order to get a few things like pillows or blankets in order to make yourself feel even more comfortable, then please do. You can always press play when you're ready. I'm not going anywhere. And then when you are settled, when your position feels really good and comfy, relax your gaze or close your eyes and take that nice deep breath in. Doesn't matter if it's through the nose or the mouth, just fill your body with fresh oxygen. And then open your mouth wide and sigh it out and make some noise. And another couple just like that. Big inhale. And a deep, deep sigh out. And one more. Full inhale, full exhale. Beautiful. Now today I've brought what might be considered one of the ultimate cliches in yoga and mindfulness circles. I brought you Rumi's poem, The Guest House. It remains one of my favourites. I mean, there are others, but this one feels particularly apropos at this time of year. Because, let's face it, we go through so many things daily, maybe even hourly at this stage. And even though things may seem like they've come out of nowhere just to blindside you, you never know what the purpose of these things will be or what we can make of them. So for me, this poem is very much an invitation to stay open and to set aside your expectations, to avoid telling stories about what events mean, what they say about you. So sit back. Relax, maybe close your eyes and just breathe for a bit. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. So this is an invitation to meet ourselves and the circumstances of our lives exactly as it is in the present moment. Hopefully with curiosity, courage and warmth. But if that's not possible right now, then maybe with a little less judgment and a little more self-compassion. Self-compassion is an important skill that we can cultivate. It allows us to see ourselves as human beings who have struggled, who might be struggling right now, who do mess up despite our intentions to act for the best. So remember today, sweet thing, that if your intentions and your actions are miles apart, that it's okay. You can forgive yourself and reorient. Let your body guide you about how you want to show up in the world. If the way you're interacting with people makes you feel anxious, maybe even a little sick, then instead of wanting to blame others for the way things are, maybe you can use this as an opportunity to reorient, to check in, and to change what you're doing. Because the sad part is that sometimes we are the asshole. I talked about this the other day, and I think it bears repeating. It's not always we had no choice but to act the way that we did. But just because we might have behaved in a way that doesn't really do us any particular credit, doesn't mean that that's the snowball that starts the avalanche. We don't have to continue in that direction. We can choose something that makes us feel like the very favourite version of ourselves, a version that we can enjoy and be proud of in the moment. So that's what I have for you today. Make of it what you will. Maybe you just really dig rumi and it was nice to hear somebody say, I'm going to read the guest house to you. Find little tiny moments, whatever they are today. They don't have to serve any purpose other than making you happy. And if you're having a shit time at the moment, having a momentary experience of happiness doesn't detract from the heaviness that you're otherwise experiencing. Just as if you are very, very happy right now, having momentary periods of gloom or heavy feelings doesn't mean that all of a sudden your experience of the festive season is ruined. We're just human, full of complicated thoughts and feelings, and it's our job to make space for them all without heaping shame and judgment on ourselves. So let's end today, right here and now, by inhaling our arms out wide to either side, looking up at the sky, crossing the left arm on top of the right when you're ready, and giving yourself a nice big hug. How are you doing with these 4 hugs a day for survival? This is a reminder. We're starting with 2 here. Let's take it over to the other side. Inhale, the arms out wide, cross left over right this time. 4 hugs a day are necessary for survival. 8 for maintenance, 12 for growth. This is backed by research, but I don't know the research because I read it in a blog post. And I've seen it referenced a few other places. I know that when I make the space to access hugs, either through myself or through other people, I definitely feel more connected and more grounded. So maybe you make an experiment of this. Instead of saying it's set in stone that this is what I need, why don't you try it out and see what happens? Okay, sweet thing, until we're together again, hopefully tomorrow, mind how you go.